Guys, imagine if I was black and he just put like a random black dude in there.
Really? Holy shit, bro. Man has lost the glue. Imagine if, well, it's not, so let's stop that trash whataboutism. Imagine if it was a random black dude and it was about a black content creator, or if he was black. Well, if it was just some random dude, if it was actually an actor who you look like, who was known for being a bit of a goofball sometimes, and people had been repeatedly saying, you look like this dude, what are we saying? It'd be no different. It'd be the same thing, right? I don't even know where you're going to that. It's almost like he thinks, well, well, how can I twist this? Let's bring black people into it. Isn't that like, because sometimes he talks about, he's a little bit anti DEI and stuff, sometimes Sainties, because he talks about like stuff with getting into university and how Asian people get held back a little bit because of quotas and stuff. Why? That sounds like a really race grifty comment to make. What are you even doing there? What's that got to do with the price of chips? Ain't got shit to do with nothing. Saint instantly folding out and going for the reporting is sad. Yeah, as I say, he used the thumbnail as an excuse, right? But what he had in his video just kind of revokes the excuse of that thumbnail. To me, in that situation, he should have reached out to CJ and said, look, bro, I get it right. You're farming me. Fair enough. Can you please change that thumbnail? Because I wouldn't like to have to report you, because that's kind of fucked up. But it like loses a lot of the energy to say, I'm just going to report him, and having this hill to die on and this moral argument with Cap that you need to ban him because of that thumbnail, when he's got an edit in his video after Jenna, I think before Ryuku maybe, but whatever, his list of gacha victims, and then having that edit, there was no reason on God's green earth to have that edit in that video. You know, there was just no reason whatsoever. I don't care what he says of, he'll try and argue that, well, it wasn't related to anybody. What was it there for? Again, it's that whole thing with the joke, right? To Jenna's ad. To have a joke, there has to be an implied punchline. Otherwise, you're just saying words, right? There has to be a conclusion that you let other people come to, but to deny the conclusion was nudged on the person is just disingenuous, right? Now, of course, I've said this before. There's jokes that can be smart jokes where a comedian says something, the audience comes to the conclusion and they're like, oh, I never said that. But of course, the comedian also knows that they're framing the joke in such a way that there's only really one conclusion for the audience to come to. But then to pretend that never said that, it's just disingenuous, right? And it's quite shameful and shameless, if you ask me. It's just like, just own up to it. Say, you know what? That was fucking bang out of order. And I think a lot of people will respect you for it. Still a disgusting thing to insinuate or even joke about. And right, let's not pretend he hasn't done it multiple times with Jenna's ad, right? The whole Akari DM situation. Again, what the fuck are we doing, bro? You joked about it before, then said you guys were crazy to think I was insinuating that, and then do the same thing again. The drama usually on this channel is around dumb things gacha developers do, right? And we like to talk about dumb things gacha developers do. And I very rarely get involved in talking about other content creators, right? I've had this channel for 12 years. I've spoke a handful of times on other creators, and most of the time it's pretty much been a kind of a chill discussion anyway, not crazy. It's only the Legions thing where I've kind of clapped back, and this whole Saint thing, because there's reasons, right? You know, the Legions things, as I said, was the hypocrisy of it all, and this stuff with Saint, I just think it's just not nice, right? It's the stuff that Saint's done over the time. It's just not nice. It's just not nice, man. It's just not nice. So, with everything that's gone on, let's check out this video from from Skull CJ on Saint, shall we? Or I'll call him CJ. He says when I call him Skull CJ, it's like I'm saying his government name. So CJ, last night he was putting a list together Saint was, right? He was checking it twice. He was trying to find out who was naughty and nice, right? Saintontas is coming to town, and we better watch out. We better watch out. Okay, so this was the little Discord image that he was posting up. Y'all want to get this list of CCs that are hopping into CJ's Special Avengers podcast? So yeah, let's see. Let's see. Well, I kind of wish I'd have jumped in there, but I was chilling with Rosie. Let's see what CJ's got to say about this, shall we? Let's go.
Spineless, talentless hacks.
Oof.
And there's like 9 of them that I get to farm tomorrow. When there's this many CCs that have been proven
again, right? Spineless, talentless hacks. Apart from Skull, who's been going... Man, Blazion's been one of Saint's biggest defenders. Damn. Spineless, talentless hacks. Okay, starting off strong.
proven to be literal, verifiable fucking rats. Right?
Okay.
Literal, verifiable fucking rats.
Okay, let's see what the verifiable information is then. I'm curious now. I'm curious to see what the verifiable information is that these people are fucking rats.
The space. I'm just gonna be so honest with you, man. Oh, like, Jesus Christ, sometimes you can't just call Orkin, you gotta be Orkin. Cause I'm a spineless fucking loser CC.
That Eddie, okay, CJ.
Cause I'm a spineless fucking loser CC.
What's good, guys? It's your boy CJ, and we're back with another video with your daily take of shitting on Saintontas. Now, you see, today I was just minding my own business, but it would seem that Saintontas is fully crashing out. He's on mischief time, demon time, demon time. He's over here trying to go full scorched earth on everybody.
Like, actually, well, I don't know whether this is a fact, but I've heard this. Kicking Blazion from his Discord. That's full scorched earth. Actually crazy.
And he has officially gone off the rails. Everybody's favorite hobgoblin, everybody's favorite chipmunk has officially said that me, Big Skull CJ, is the biggest racist of 2026. That is the title. When in reality, what he hasn't told his community is that today, in the launch of Emeth.
Okay, okay. Racist, okay. Alright. I'm curious to see where, because I haven't watched every single snippet of CJ talking about Saint, but I'm very curious to see where this is going.
In Withering Waves, the true Sentinel Resonator is yours truly, because he was on stream on the launch of Emeth, and he couldn't keep my name on it.
Is this where this comes from then? The Emeth stream. Oh, I was going to say, because I saw a bit of his stream when this all went down with Cap, and I didn't see any of this. Okay, alright.
His mouth showcasing CJ rather than Emeth. So, hey guys, it is confirmed I am the true Sentinel Resonator. With that said, though, I want to make sure you guys understand the whole context to everything that's actually going to go on, because boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about, and he's actually going to be making a video about this tomorrow. So I want you guys to like this video, comment, show support, so when he drops
farming begins, chat. The farming begins.
His video painting his good old Harry Potter book of a narrative, we already have everything covered, because like you guys know, I'm 24 and a half steps ahead of him. So the latest narrative is 2 things. Because of certain messages on my Discord and certain messages in my...
Is he going for the old Discord one? Okay, so he's going to attempt to conflate things that people have said in a person's Discord to the intent of an individual. Okay, considering Saint does have a VIP in his shaft who's been openly homophobic and horrible towards Kat, which was one of the major reasons she was upset yesterday, but he wouldn't let that be conflated with it being part of him. That's another person entirely. So yeah, interesting to see how this makes CJ the bad guy then.
My community, I am the biggest racist of 2026.
Because one thing as well, it's hard, even if there is bad stuff in here, right? As a content creator, especially if you don't have a team of moderators, it's hard to moderate a Discord, right? People will tell you in my Discord, I'm not sitting in my Discord 24/7, right? The amount of times people have to come into either my stream or ping me multiple times and be like, yo, Pix, there's a bot in the Discord sharing like crypto pictures and stuff, and I have to go and then remove them, right? It's easy for people to say a bunch of stuff. And I ain't sitting there all day tracking back up messages to see if somebody said something a little bit out of pocket. Yeah, and again, that you can say, well, that's sort of on me, right? It's in my space. But there's no way you can attach that intent to the content creator. Just not having it. I'm not having it.
And not only that, I'm the biggest homophobe. Now, you guys might be saying, yo,
doing muscle
hold
flex,
on.
you know.
What messages? Saintontas must have the evidence.
Okay, let's see the evidence.
And it turns out Skull's just saying that because he's racist against Asian people.
Okay, why?
Because if you're not banning people that say this, you agree with this, you condone this, you allow this on your server, and then you're also the guy mocking the
So there's one word there, and that's somehow CJ. Okay, all right, okay. Nice jump of logic. Okay, all right.
appearance of Asian people, and every single time you refer to me,
So yeah, guys, there is all
Hold up,
the...
I missed that a second. Let me just go back to that.
agree with this, you condone this, you allow this on
Okay, look, you know, obviously, this is not great, but at the same time, how can you blame CJ for this as well? But anyway.
your server, and then you're also the guy mocking the appearance of Asian people, and every single time you refer to me.
So yeah, guys.
Wait, so calling him Bobby Lee is mocking Asian people? But bro looks like Bobby Lee? And that, I'm sure that came from his own chat. I remember the first time I ever heard that, I think it might have been in Capstream, but that wasn't the first person that said it. It was when he was arguing with Ryuku Sensei, and somebody came into the chat and was like, Bobby Lee's arguing with the bald man again, and I was howling because it just came out of nowhere. It was so deadpan, and I was keeled over laughing because straight away I was like, he does look like Bobby Lee. Like, how can you say that's racist? Like, what the fuck? You know, but like, I don't think I do. I've had people come in here and say I look like Michael Bisping. I don't think I do, right? But like, can I then be like, wait a minute? Is it because I'm white and he's white? What are we saying here? Yo, what's up, Hound?
There is all the evidence you need in your entire life. A random Discord message from a random person.
You said that as well. Somebody else. I've had about 4 people actually say that, Neo.
In my community, not a whole string of conversations that follow suit that are actually in order, where you can clearly see that my Discord is a place for racism.
Yeah, that's fair. If it was like huge chunks of daily occurrences where it's hard to miss, yeah, it's hard to tell a content creator, you should know every individual comment that's said in your server when you don't have an army of moderators, right? You know, I've got a few hundred people in my server, and sometimes, even though I've got a really small channel, my Discord chat can go, like, fucking fast, because there'll be a bunch of people talking about stuff in Art Nights, especially on patch days. I ain't scrolling back up all through that to see if somebody said something a little bit out of pocket, as I says, right, you know? Yeah, he's what it is, man.
No, just a random message plucked from who knows who and who knows when, because you can't really see the goddamn date. It's just a random message from some dude complaining about a game that somehow means I am the biggest racist of 2024, 2025, and 2026. The tri-state champion of racism.
Kind of look like Martin Copping.
Saintontas.
Who the hell is Martin Copping? Mark going to be highly offended here. Really? I don't know about that. Really? Yo, that... Bro, what are we saying here? That one, I'll maybe take a little bit. Alright, I'll take that as a compliment. What the fuck are we saying here, bro? What are we saying? Alright, these ones, I'll let slide. I'll let this slide. I hope you ain't talking about that one.
Everybody's favorite gerbil. Come on, brother. That's the best you can do? How about this? You want to hold me accountable for messages in my Discord, which, by the way, that message and some others that I'm going to show are from my Discord. I'm not going to try to hide it. Let's go ahead and see how he tries to hide his. But I just want to show you something. You want to hold me accountable for the messages on my Discord, right? And you want to use those messages to say, well...
Okay. Again. if that's how things are played, right? Because he did this with the 9/11 meme. Although, you know, it's the 9/11 meme. I ain't even going to get too mental about that, right? But if we're going to hold people accountable for what people say in the Discord, are we holding people accountable for what their editors add into the videos?
Isn't even the full list. There's still more people.
Is that what we're doing? Because I'd say you're a lot more accountable for what your editor puts in your video, because you should be checking that shit. It's your channel. It could ruin your fucking career. So you should be checking that, and I understand there's trust. You're pumping out a bunch of slop a day. But that makes you a lot more accountable for what that was added into your video than somebody else who you have no control over saying in your Discord, right? There's saying
that I'm the biggest racist in the history of races. Let's take a look at this.
Guys, imagine if I was black and he just put like a random black dude in there.
Really? Holy shit, bro. Man has lost the glue. Imagine if, well, it's not, so let's stop that trash whataboutism. Imagine if it was a random black dude and it was about a black content creator, if he was black. Well, if it was just some random dude, if it was actually an actor who you look like, who was known for being a bit of a goofball sometimes, and people had been repeatedly saying, you look like this dude, what are we saying? Well, it'd be no different. It'd be the same thing, right? I don't even know where you're going to that. It's almost like he thinks, well, well, how can I twist this? Let's bring black people into it. Isn't that like, because sometimes he talks about, he's a little bit anti, DEI and stuff, sometimes Saintontas, because he talks about like stuff with getting into university and how Asian people get held back a little bit because of quotas and stuff. Why? That sounds like a really race grifty comment to make. What are you even doing there? What's that got to do with the price of chips? Ain't got shit to do with nothing. That's just goalposts on my back. Put them down there. Now what you got to say? Now what you got to say? And the worst thing about it is his audience will be like, oh, true, oh, yes, true, oh, facts, daddy, facts.
I'm just saying that. What if I was black and he just put a random black guy? He put Morgan Freeman in there.
Well, hey, on a level, if somebody put some, like, really famous actor who had been considered a sex symbol throughout the years and stuff, right, and was insulting me, I'd be like, hey, oh, all right, thanks, appreciate it. Let's go. You know, feeling kind of cute today.
There and said it was me.
What's this? Oh. Interesting. Okay. I'm not even going to attach this to Saint either, right? I'm not even going to attach this to Saint. Interesting. What's this? What's going on here?
So Smeagol,
oh, that's what's going on there.
Did you want to stay?
Fucking Smeagol. Fucking Smeagol. Shit. Again, I'm not even going to attach that to Saint either. I'm going to keep the same energy. Just because somebody in CJ's server says something doesn't mean it's CJ saying it or anybody else's either. Keep the same energy.
What if I was black, out here trying to pretend that you care about black people, but then you proceeded to allow these messages to be in your Discord? And we actually have talked to some of the people, and they're saying that they got kicked for other reasons. The ones that did get kicked, the ones that didn't get kicked are still there. The ones that used the N-word, the ones that insinuated the N-word. And you're trying to pretend that you care about black people. You're really out here trying to appeal to everybody. Maybe that Pharaoh's video, you didn't like it.
Because wasn't that like one of the big reasons why he was going after Zolme as well? Because that was being used in his Discord server. by people. And Zalmay said he'd allowed certain people to use it because there was black Americans. Again, not attaching a Discord statement to a person because I think it's totally unfair.
It, right? And I just want to point out one thing. If maybe the whole black jokes wasn't enough, how about we move on over to another race also from Saintontas' Discord?
Okay. Oh, okay.
But hold on, guys. How about if we
To be fair, it's the 21st century though, right? He can say anything about white people and nobody bats an eye, right? It's kind of crazy.
move on from race and we actually go towards sexuality? Let's look at some of the things people have to say regarding people that have different sexual orientations in Saintontas' Discord.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Say it again. Not attaching this to Saint, but it's quite ironic, isn't it? After we saw his reaction to CJ's video, you know, when he went into his server and he was like, ugh, this is just gay. I feel like I should be able to use slurs. What slur was you going to use, buddy boy? What was the slur you was thinking of? Little fella? Little geezer? Huh? What was the one that came to mind? You know? Okay. Again, not connecting these people to Saint. I'm just adding that context.
So now you're allowing people who drop slurs towards people of certain sexual orientations. And if that wasn't enough, Saintontas, you allow people to smudge your friend's name, as you could see right there. Replace the slur with Tectone's name. Really? That's
And it really seems like going to bat for Saint. It's just not good for your health. It's just not good for your health.
the type of friend you are. The fact that Tectone still goes live on stream and says that he actually likes you as a person is insane. You want to say that I allow these people that say 1, 2 things, maybe 3 things, I don't know. Who knows, bro? It's been years that my Discord has been open, and that defines who I am as a person. What do these different things say about you? You allow people to...
We don't even need to see the things that other people have said to see what it says about Saint, right? We've heard him insinuate horrible things about genocide. We've seen him recoil at those pictures of CJ and then go on to a story about how he's been propositioned multiple times by gay men, and like, I'm super straight, by the way, you know? It was... that says a lot more about the person than what somebody else says, for sure.
Use the N-word, insinuate the N-word. You allow people to say, cracker, I'm white, so I can say that. And then you allow people to say slurs towards gay people and people of the LGBTQ community. You allow that thing to be in your Discord like it's nobody's business. So what are we really talking about here? Who's the biggest racist or the biggest sexist or the biggest homophobe of 2026? Because according to you, these Discord messages that you like popping out define who we are as a person, right? Yep. Because these are the narratives that you...
It's worked before though, hasn't he? It's worked before for him, so why wouldn't he try it again, right? Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't moderate your community, but we are not corporations, and unless you're big enough to have an army of moderators, which I don't, I'm sure CJ doesn't, and I'm sure most content creators don't, they sort of moderate themselves. You can't expect that sort of quality control that they're going to be able to see every single potentially offensive thing that somebody said in the chat, right? It's just like, and then even if maybe, let's say, they did see it, right, and maybe they didn't act as they should have done or quick enough, it still doesn't apply intent to the person, and then you can jump from the logical thing of, well, he's clearly a racist then. It's such a wild jump. This is what I say sometimes with Saint, of where he goes, the line's there, and he just crosses it. It's not just like, I'm going to beef with this person, and I'm going to pull them apart because I've got better points. It's, I'm going to poison the well, and I'm going to go after things that have nothing to do with it. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to attach other people's statements, even though I don't know their intent, and make it out that it's the content creator's intent as well, and they are that thing. It's not cool, man. This is why I say it's a really bad thing for the space, man. Just argue the point, or just don't bother. You know?
like to paint, little boy. These are the narratives that you, little hamster on a wheel, little gerbil, little sunflower eating, little gremlin, like to draw and paint for your community, your echo chamber, your little like groomed audience to actually listen to when you think you're actually cooking. Dog, I have all of your stream from yesterday recorded. We're going to be reacting to it on stream tomorrow because boy, oh boy, do you say some dumb stuff, and it actually makes me feel bad. It makes me feel bad how dumb you are. Saint.
Interesting.
It makes me feel pathetic that I'm engaging with anything with someone so stupid.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I must admit, because as I say, this doesn't include me, so to speak, right? I have interjected myself into it, right? I have got involved. The reason I've got involved with this, one, Saint has made videos about me in the past, right? Without me ever talking to him about that stuff or mentioning him in the content that he went at me for, like everybody else, which is whatever. But I like involved myself in this or spoke about the situation is because it's a situation that makes the space worse, right? And this is coming from the dude, remember, he said if you don't speak about Enfields gacha system, it's like not speaking out against the Holocaust. So, I don't know, use that logic, Saint, and that's probably why people are getting involved who shouldn't be involved, I guess, right?
Stupid as you, whose audience is so stupid that actually allows you to be on here saying these stupid arguments, trying to paint people as racist. Bro, you throw around the word racist, sexist, homophobe, bro, all these things, PDF.
Yeah, okay. I thought he was going to miss that, because to me, that's the worst one he's been throwing around, right? Dude throws around these terrible accusations of people like they're nothing without considering the ramifications that they hold. These are serious things to accuse people of, right? And he throws it round as if he's saying, you're a whale shill. But he's not using the word whale shill. He's using the word PDF or racist. It's like, bro, your words carry weight, man. Especially with your audience. Just think for a second. Just think for a second. Turn the filter on and hold yourself, right? And then when you do let it slip because you're human, and I don't, I don't hate on you for that. I'm empathetic of being a human. Take some accountability when you say these terrible things. Stop pretending everybody's just imagining it. Because they're not. These things,
bro, you throw these accusations out like they're just candy, bro. You don't ever consider what you have to say. Exactly. It is so pathetic that you actually go out of your way to do that. And I'm gonna be real, chat. Anybody that's watching this video, I want to let y'all know, Saint, because I am the...
You can tell when somebody's a streamer. Because even when they're not streaming and they're making a video or they make a post or a tweet, they're like, chat. We're so streamer brained. We're like, yo, chat.
Better man than you. I don't blame you for your Discord messages from these people. I don't think that reflects who you are as a person. Because as a content creator, it is tough moderating all of that. Sometimes they just slip through the cracks through years.
Facts. Exactly what I've just said.
Years and hundreds and thousands of messages.
Yep.
I don't know, and I doubt that you're saying and promoting racism in your community the same way I'm not promoting racism in my community. But I'm a grown man, and I'm not...
That's the thing as well. Like, in this space, man, you've got people from every walk of life, right? Like, I've got viewers from all over the place. Same as Saint has, the same as CJ has. So, like, even if you felt that way, why would you attempt to promote it in your spaces, knowing full well that people come from all these walks of life? It would just be stupid, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It's not saying that stuff won't happen and doesn't happen in Discord servers and chats and stuff. It's just, if you catch it, try and deal with it. How can you hold the person accountable for it? Again, it's almost like saying, well, I ain't got no accountability, it's just my editor. That's different.
I'm gonna allow you to paint me as a racist. Not someone like me. Someone that is half white, half Latin American, that grew up with a best friend that's Haitian and a best friend that's Jamaican.
He's from New York as well, into CJ. So, he's going to have been brought up from a diverse background, right? It's like where I grew up, right? I'm from the Midlands. It's like, it's incredibly diverse.
People that have been in my life have been of every single race, every single sexual orientation, and I will never stand by people that criticize any of those things in a human being. If that's how low you want to go, If that's how pathetic you want to be, by all means do it. We already know what kind of person you are. We already know what kind of person you are. Me, on the other hand, I ain't gonna blame you for all that. You want to pull up receipts of friends saying, oh, that's gay. Oh, that's a gay-ass character. Between friends that have been joking for years and then say that that makes me a homophobic person.
As I say, we said this yesterday about that when Saint was like, he's being maliciously gay. It's like stuff that people said online back in the day. It's a little bit different when you're talking to friends. Well, that's the way I see it anyway. I'm not saying you should be being racist between your friends, but to be like, man, what are you being so gay for? It's not like, oh, dude, oh, you gay now, are you? Like, we got to stop being so sensitive about stuff like that as well, right? There's a difference between, and anybody with any brain can tell when somebody's saying it and there's no negative, malicious intent. It's just people having fun, right? And even people who are from certain communities get involved with. There's a difference between, you know, weird reactions like how we saw Saint have. There's a definite difference there, you know? It's such a shitty space we've gone down with this kind of like scraping through people's discords and stuff in some way to win an argument. As I say, it's this desperate attempt to never catch an L. Even if I can't beat the argument, I'm going to find some way to poison the well, no matter what it takes.
By all means, if that tickles your fancy, if that makes you feel like you've won, like you're the greatest of all time, you need it. You need those type of feelings. You need those wins.
He's a good dude. CJ takes care of his mama. Love to see you.
Man, is your existence in this planet pathetic and insignificant, my boy. It is honestly sad, bro. At this point, it's not even about like who's winning and who's not. It's just about intervening in a dude's life who clearly needs some medical attention, bro. That's what it feels.
But this is what I say, this is what I mean, to me, this is what I feel like it's worth speaking on. And I hope more people do talk up about it. And I don't usually say this, right? And I understand why people wouldn't, because of it being Saint, and he's created an air of fear in the space. And I don't usually interject myself in between beef between content creators, because it's a bit cringe, right? Why am I third party in here? It's got nothing to do with me. But this goes beyond the beef between two people, right? It involves almost the entirety of the space. There's somebody probably who makes content you can speak to who's been negatively affected or put on blast by Saint or his community, right? And some people have had atrocious things said about them as well. So, you know, that's why I think it is worth actually, you know, talking about what's been going on. Because I think it's important to the space, man. This space will be better if we stop this shit. And I'm not just talking about Saint here. I'm talking about when creators use this sort of stuff to win arguments. No, I get it. CJ is fighting fire with fire, and I've got no problem with that, because Saint needs somebody to have him fight fire with fire, because he's been playing the game with his rules for a long time. But CJ's like, all right, it's on my rules now, right? But the space would be better off, man, if we stopped calling people PDF files, if we stopped insinuating people were racist because things other people said, if we stopped, like, attacking people over and over again just with the idea of destroying them because you got offended one time. It's pathetic, and it's really bad for the space as well. It's really bad for the space, and it makes all of us in EN look fucking stupid. And we do a good enough job of that as ourselves anyway, when we're just being goofy and silly and stuff. This makes us look terrible. It makes us look terrible.
Like,
all of us as well.
You were on stream saying that you won, trying to give all these creators an ultimatum, telling them that they should reach out to you and take back what they said, because I am the biggest racist of all time. The biggest.
That clip's insane. You've got 24 hours to DM me or else. It's the same way as what he did with Cap. You need to ban this person or there's going to be problems. Who talks like that? Who talks like that as a grown person? Listen, bud, you either do what I say or someone's going to be sleeping with the fishes. Like, again, it's this Napoleon complex, right? Like, who are you scaring? And I'm not even saying you haven't put people on blast before. You're not scaring anybody. Okay, this is what I say, it's little man syndrome. It's a little man. There's I don't know if you guys have this in where you're from, but people say this in Britain, right? Usually, when you're out and there's a leery person, it's usually the smallest bloke in the room because they've got something to make up for, right? You know, their bark's worse than their bite, saying, you know, that they've got to compensate, so they've got to make sure everybody knows I'm a fucking geezer in here. You know what I mean? And it's like, what are we doing? Why are we threatening creators, man? This is bully boy tactics. Doesn't matter what Saint says. I don't care if anybody. I don't know how people can watch it and not see it for what it is: manipulation, gaslighting, moving of the goalposts, attaching intent that other people have said things to content creators, twisting narratives, you know, and then saying crazy things. Like, it's just like, and there's people eat this up and think bro's like mega based. It's not good, man. It's not good, you know. Like, I feel sorry for some of the people in his chat sometimes. So I'm like, what is going on in your life that you eat this up like candy and then go out like with your marching orders? You know what I mean?
Racist because of these random messages. Oh, brigading that. How dare I act like I'm offended that you called me gay when I, between friends, have made jokes like, oh, that's gay. Oh, you're gay.
Right.
Really? When you saw a picture of me without a shirt, you acted disgusted, saying that it was gay and that's disgusting. Saying, yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah. I feel that I should have the right to drop some slurs.
Right. How can you, like, be pulling faces like, oh, look at this in this Discord. Somebody said you're gay, right? In a joking manner. After you've literally stood there and gone, this is just maliciously gay. Oh man, I feel like I should be able to say a slur right now. How can you say that and then follow up with the lack of self-awareness and think that him and somebody saying, you're gay, I guess I'm gay, is somehow comparable? You know? It's like, this is what I say. I think we've encouraged him for too long. Viewers, content creators, the algorithm, and it's created a monster who, because they've been surrounded by sycophants, has allowed him to think his shit don't stink. So even when he says stuff that he's got to be smart enough, because he is smart to know what he's doing, but then literally follow up with stuff that's just like, what? Pot? Kettle? Except you're doing it a million times worse. Like, crazy, man. Crazy. It's all about intent, right? Exactly. If you don't ban me from this chat, we're going to have problems. 24 hours. At least give me 24 hours, man. Come on. You know? I think that's the least I deserve, right? That's the least I deserve.
To drop some slurs. Meanwhile, me and my boy will be like, oh, you're gay. And I'm like, oh, you're gay. And I'm a homophobic racist, according to you. Saintontas, you need a reality check.
You know, let me just say something here. Right. I'm not going to say specifically you, right? But I've got an incredibly close... Well, I've got two family members who are gay, right? One's a woman, one's a bloke. And they are so chill like that. They'll say it to me. Like, man, you know, you're so fucking gay. Like, you know, and joke around and like that. Because, you know, and obviously these are close family members as well. So normal people can be like that as long as the intent's not there, right? As you say, it's all about the intent. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's... like, how can we not acknowledge that?
You need someone to step in for you. If anybody actually cares...
I'm a gay alcoholic according to a certain CC. Did he say... I heard the comment about something about you being an alcoholic. Did he call you a gay alky? What the fuck?
Cares about you, they need to step in. Because nobody in this gacha space actually cares about you, bro. You are ridiculous. You are absolutely ridiculous.
And that's sad if true, right?
So many people...
Like, at the end of the day, like I've said this before, I'm cognizant of majority of the people I've met through YouTube are just people who there's lots of people I really like. Lots of people who come to my chat daily and in my Discord and I really like them. They're good people. Good peoples. There's probably only one person and a couple of others, but I don't speak to them anymore, who I became friends with through YouTube, right? You know, genuine like friends where we've spoke about doing trips halfway around the world to meet up, and some of them have actually come to meet me and we've gone out and hung out and stuff, right? So like there's that part of me that's like, that's kind of YouTube, right? Well, it is a little bit sad that it feels like, again, the empathetic human part of me, right? Because I don't know what Saint's got going on in his life, right? But I feel like the way he is, now I'm being presumptuous here, and even if he ever says this, blast me for this, because I don't know, but it's like, I don't know. Surely you've got some fulfilling things in your life, bro, to make him not be like this as a person. This bitter, this narcissistic, this nasty with such ill intent towards people. And you know you're ill-intended because you've stated it yourself about people like Maggie of wanting to get them out the community. You know what I mean? There's what's going on? You know, like I said, I'd happily talk to anybody. And when I say I talk to Saint like this, I don't mean like, oh, let's get into a Discord and start beefing online. I mean, like, you know, you need some good people around you, I think. I think you need some good people around you, because it feels like maybe you, I don't know. Is this why you're the way you are? I don't know. I'm being presumptuous here, and I shouldn't, because this is getting personal now, and it's not very nice.
Ran to go support him like dumb fucking dogs.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh.
All right, I'll take it back a little bit. Dumb fucking dogs. We're dumb fucking dogs. Look at this country. You're a gay. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Dude's reacting like that after he saw a picture with CJ with his top off and went, ugh. This guy's just gay. This guy's just gay. He's maliciously gay. Please don't tell me you're doing this, Saint. Come on, bro. You're fucking smarter than this, man. You're cooking yourself here. You are cooking yourself here.
Oh. Ooh, he thinks he found the Holy Grail.
Oh.
I think bro, he actually believes he got something, bro.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I think sometimes with Saint, he knows this isn't the glue he thinks it is, but if he pretends it's the glue he thinks it is, he's got enough dented viewers who'll believe it's the glue that he's pretending it is. And then that, you know, a lie can go around the world twice before the truth ever gets out, right? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's also the fact that he says like it's gay like a bad thing. Exactly. When he says it, there's like disdain in his voice, right? I'm super straight. Ugh. You know? Not the same. Not the same thing here. And you're trying to equate. This is what I said earlier about how dude will minimize the shit he does, but maximize the stuff other people do. Him reacting like that to CJ, about him being maliciously gay. Ugh. I should throw slurs. Totally fine. Minimized. That doesn't matter. Somebody posting a Simpsons meme of Homer going, "You're a gay," you know, because that's actually in one of the episodes, I believe, as well. You know, this is Homer Simpson who went to a gym and went, "All night game? What's a game? Oh, a game, right?" This is not the same thing. This is not the same thing, and he knows it's not the same thing. I've said multiple times, I think Saint is an intelligent person. This is feigning ignorance. This is feigning ignorance.
Oh no.
And once again, people, oh, look at this one. Look at this one. Zanny against CJ is now gay. You're so gay. Oh my God. We are just the most
like, how is this the glue? This is not the glue bro thought it was. Man used to be the glue master, right? He used to be the glue master. This ain't the glue. This is clearly a different intent. And if you can't see that, I don't know what to say. You know? Don't know what to say. This is the same person who believes he's got such a witty intellect that he can make jokes and insinuate somebody's got a sexual proclivity towards minors. But hey, you thought that. You thought that. I know he doesn't believe this. I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't.
Horrendous homophobic people in the history of the world, right? He said, CJ is now gay, and I didn't say, ew, you
He's
disgusting
maliciously
bastard.
intelligent.
How dare you call me gay? He said, you're so gay.
Bro,
and I get.
I love the way CJ says that. Why does it say like so warm and fuzzy?
How dare you call me gay? He said, you're so gay.
It's just funny because with the fire that CJ's been coming with recently, and like the beef, right, and the way he speaks, just to hear him say that like that, it's just like, why does that feel so warm and fuzzy?
And I guess that's just unacceptable by Saintontas. The absolute peak of respect towards the LGBTQ community, right? Him. The guy that respects women, men, gay women, lesbians, all of him. And this is the evidence he has.
I'm beginning to view his insistence that he uses Bobby Lee and A.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. He's finally addressing the fact that I call him Bobby Lee, which, by the way, was something that people were calling him
So he
long
needs to look at the
before
definition
me.
of banter.
And I want you guys to tell me.
9/11 jokes are banter, man. Epstein jokes are banter, and if you attach that to Jen and Zad and all the other people in this list, that's on you. But then this, the lines just blur, and it's terrible. Weird how it works like that, right? Weird how it works.
Physically, forget race. Physically, does he or does he not look like Bobby Lee? Matter of fact, do yourself a favor. If you don't know who
Bro, even his own viewers call him Bobby Lee. Like, even his own viewers call him... Man, so many of his viewers call him Nami Pontas, right? Because of that fucking Nami Pon from Wuthering Waves. Like, this isn't specific to CJ here. It's not.
Bobby Lee is.
Bobby Lee's a legend. I love the Bad Friends podcast. Fucking brilliant.
Look
Like, to be classed as looking like Bobby Lee. Okay, alright, you know.
Bobby Lee right now on Google. I'll wait. And tell me he doesn't look like Bobby Lee. It has nothing to do with your race, Saintontas. Painting it as a race thing is one of the most stupid, pathetic, biggest grasp at straws you could have possibly done. It is so sad, bro. You look like Bobby Lee.
Nami Pon
Bobby
don't
Lee could
deserve
have
that.
been white, black, Latin American. And
As an Asian, if I got told I'd look like Bobby Lee, I'd say thanks. Right? Like I say, I've been told I look like so many different people over the years, and never once have I ever reacted in a like, what are you trying to insinuate there? Actually, what are you trying to insinuate? You know? It's grasping at straws. Bro's like, oh God, CJ, what do I do? Racism. Homophobe. Oh shit. Somebody else said something. He said it. Yes, I think I've got it. I've got the glue. You know?
Look like Bobby Lee, you look like Bobby Lee. What the fuck does race has to do with anything? You're so weird, bro. You're so sad.
Asian guy.
There it is. Hold on. Let's go back like an inch.
Asian guy.
Guys.
I love how he's just
Look at the
breaking
two
Bobby Lee down just to an Asian guy. Was he, I missed what he said there. Was he just calling him an Asian guy? Was he saying it about himself?
Of those videos, that is not the Arknights video. Look at those two pictures. Do they look alike? And by the way, Saintontas used to have long hair, so just imagine that dude without long hair. Do they look
Have they even got the same facial hair? You know? Hey.
alike? Why are you trying to paint this as a racist thing, bro? Why do you... Bro, you really have no ammo? You really have no ammo
like,
towards
do you know
me,
what was
Mabo.
really cringe? There was a bit towards the end of his stream when he just, after Tectone had got into the call, it felt like his shoulders lifted and he started insulting CJ about wearing a vest that is not even big. I think it's because some people had said, like, you know, he looks like he goes to the gym, and I think that he didn't like that. And he started going, you know, to get big shoulders, it takes work, and I know exactly what exercises you haven't been doing, and I can tell, like, and it was just like, what are we doing here? You know, why are you looking into bro's shoulders so much for, bro? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Saint? Why are you such an expert on? You can tell when a dude's been working on his delts. You know when he's been doing his flies. You know when he's been doing his flies, eh? You know when he's been on the, he's been on the shoulder press. Yeah, you know when he's been doing some shrugs. Yeah, some lateral raises, some front raises. Yeah, been on the cable machine. Okay, all right, I'll see.
This is how down bad and how low you gotta go.
And so many people ran to go support him like dumb fucking dogs. Guys, what are you doing with your career? To see...
So the thing is, though, Saint, as well, you've got to understand, yeah, I think there was only 2 people who come into that voice call. Well, probably only one that you could talk about having a career. It was probably Box, right? Because Box is a successful streamer, I believe, right? I don't know too much about Box, but as far as I'm aware, I think he's quite a big deal, right? I'm sure he gets a lot of viewers watching his streams, right? You'll have to let me know. EO gets views, right? But, like, EO's, like, on and off all the time. Like, he's not a consistent content creator, right? You know what I mean? Everybody else ain't paying the bills. So, not everybody views this thing as a career. It's all about numbers. To Saint, all about numbers. And it was clear the way he was speaking to Cap. You don't matter to me anymore, you know? And then he even said, she's making a mistake by doing this because we have a lot of viewers that watch each other. Shouldn't you care more about that your friend's upset and you've threatened her? Because that's what I'd care about. I'd be like, fuck, I've been a bad friend. But no, dude's like, I've got to come out of this looking good for my viewers. Because guess what? Cat probably cared about you a million times more than even your most, like, in-deep viewer. Right? Because this is why he's so scared of catching L's. Because I think once he starts catching L's, those viewers will not care anymore. They won't care anymore.
This and decide, hey, I'm going to go get on call with this guy. Guys, I'm going to go get on call with this guy and tell him he's actually doing stuff right.
And the thing is, I'll even give VXV credit here, right? A lot of people were shitting on V in the chat because he was trying to play the neutral side. He was kind of trying to, like, call CJ on some of his stuff and defend Saint a little bit. So, not everybody was in there just saying, Saint good, Saint bad, CJ good, right? You know, even EO come in, and EO was, like, talking about the situation. But even he says, like, you know, me and Saint have squashed our thing. Like, it wasn't like everybody was in there just to shit on Saint. Like, what I noticed yesterday, when he saw that people was in a chat, right, it's almost like he was on the outside watching in. He was like, this isn't how it's supposed to be. I'm the one who knocks. I'm the one who sets up the Discord call. You come to me. The idea that even if you're not wholeheartedly against me, the fact that you went in there, you're not allowed to do that. It's you know, I am the one that knocks. But it appears you're not really, are you?
We're the CCs. Guys, I told you I'm leaving room for CCs who might regret their takes to go DM me. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you support all of this if you hopped on call with him.
So not only using the weakest of arguments to insinuate CJ being racist and homophobic, the same connections that could be flicked and used on him, although we shouldn't, only Saint's doing that, right? Using those weakest attachments, he's now then doing a logical jump of, somebody said something in a Discord, makes you racist. Oh, if you even come to talk to him, now you're racist. Do you see what we mean about the manipulation? This is what people are talking about with the manipulation, because Saint's American, right? And this is a thing that I think's starting to come to an end in the West. For a long time in the West, and if you're a real racist, right, you fucking suck. But in the West, it was being called an ism was like, especially for a white person, was the like, it's one of the scariest things that could happen to people, right? You know, people was throwing it around as a way to shut down conversations, but it's starting to come to the point now, and this is where, you know, when you use a word too often, it becomes meaningless, because when you need to use it when it actually has meaning, people tend to go, shut up. I hear that thrown around all the time, right? And that's what Saint's been doing. Saint keeps using these pejorative terms to throw around at people consistently that they have no meaning anymore. And to insinuate, where especially VXV and EO ain't even white. Box 2 ain't even white, is he? You know, so it was like, it was a multicultural, multiracial call. So, what are we doing? You know, again, as I say, reaching beyond belief.
And told him he's doing a good thing. And told him you support him. I'm assuming you're supporting all of this as well. Surprise! We're being attacked by another racist guy. Literally, a factually proven racist is attacking us again.
See, it's this thing. You repeat the statement. It's what is he? It's the line of the party. I think is this from 1984? Repeat the lie over and over again until people don't believe their own eyes. You know? I said he's racist because I've got the most tentative, weak connections that are not evidence in any way of proving it. And not only have I proven it, it's a fact. It's a fact. There's 4 lights. There's 4 lights. Or is it there's 3 lights? There's 3 lights. There are 4 lights. There are 4 lights. You know?
Hated by racist people. You got this.
You're not hated by racist people, Saints. You're hated by people because you keep attacking people. And you've said horrible things about people. You've insinuated people are criminals. You've insinuated people are racists. You've said atrocious things about people because they have differing viewpoints of you on video games, for fuck's sake. That's why there's a lot of people out there who actually hate you. I don't hate you. I think you're a fucking knobhead, though. And you're totally unaware of the situation. You're so lost in the sauce of playing to your idiot audience. I feel like we've seen some dumb shit coming out of CC's mouths over the years, yeah. This takes the cake, man. Takes the cake. Actually takes the cake. You know? Let me just close that down there, you know. As this is his facts for why CJ's a racist. Saint server. So Saint's just proven by his own logic that he's also a racist as well, right? Okay. GG, Saint. You fucking played yourself.
Shit going unpunished on your server, and then you proceed to drop the Bobby Lee thumbnails. It's a wrap. I'm sorry, bro. You are
Bro's just like, you know, mic drop. Look at me. Mic drop. I'm so cool. I'm so cool. Yes. I love myself, I do. I'm gonna go jerk off in the mirror later. Oh, gosh. It's over. Fucking idiot.
racist. It's over, bro. I'm sorry. You're racist against Asian people. That's why you're doing this. It's proven. Every person who jumped on call with him. The list is really big, and every person who's been publicly supporting him.
You know what you should start to do in life. This is a thing for anybody, right? This is a thing for anybody. Always stick up for yourself. Always stand up for yourself, right? But if you go through life and you keep finding yourself in bad situations and having bad experiences with people over and over and over and over and over, it's time to start thinking, am I the problem here? Right? This is for anybody, right? Now, I'm not saying that you should take shit from people who are just being shitty in your life, because sometimes people can go through life and have really shitty people surrounding them and do terrible things to them, right? But at some point, when you keep having issues, you've got to look and go, as a human being, and this is to better yourself, right? What can I learn from this? I'm having every job I've gone to, I'm falling out with people. Every friendship, every relationship. Surely, I've got to be reflective and introspective of myself here and be like, nah, it's everybody else. I'm amazing. What? Come on. I'm brilliant, man. It's everybody else, man. They're morons. They're dogs. They're dogs. Hacks. Talentless dogs.
Guys, they're all gonna take some damage. Congratulations. You now work for a weapons manufacturer. That is killing...
Okay, I think I might have seen this in Foxhole stream.
Manufacturer.
Hold up.
Him. Guys, they're all gonna take some damage. Congratulations, you now work for a weapons manufacturer. That is killing kids in, like, I don't know, a random third world country. Congratulations, that's your new job. Maybe do a little bit of research, because before you throw your hat in the ring with
Hold on a second, I need to digest this. So, by getting into the call with CJ, you're tantamount to working for a weapons manufacturing company that's dropping bombs on children in a third world country. I said this before, Saint has the worst analogies. Not talking about Enfield's gacha is like not speaking about the Holocaust. Speaking to CJ, you're basically murdering children in the Middle East. We created a monster. We got... Oh. What's the mental logic here? What? I'd love to know. You know what that mean? What's going on inside a brain? Like... Bro, stunlock me. Bro, I'm genuinely stunlocked. Saintontas is a smart person, Pixel Tree. Saint uses extreme causes to explain things, right? Yep, exactly. Here, let me talk about how people joining CJ's server are tantamount to murderers. Let me react atrociously to him with his top off, make quite malicious statements that definitely sound quite homophobic in the reaction, then talk about how you're super straight and talk about your trauma about being propositioned by gay men. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? I don't know where you're hanging out. And let me insinuate that people are sexual deviants and criminals and lawyers and rats and all this. But if you get into a call with him, you're a murderer. You are an absolute disgusting human being who drops bombs on little children. What is that analogy? What is that analogy? I feel like Enfield's hit him with a massive debuff. Honestly, Enfield has hit Saint with a massive debuff. Look, don't get me wrong, over the time, yeah, dude's had some wild statements. I feel like all the logics just fell apart recently.
Somebody. You fucking dipshits. The second you got this shit going unpunished on your server, it's over, bro. It's proven. It's proven.
Let me just click back to that, right? That's his proof. And obviously, these images here are from Saint server, not from CJ server. So, by his logic, it's over for him, right? It's proven as well.
Going unpunished on your server, it's over, bro. It's proven. It's proven.
That person's spelling it out. F-A-G, but it has 6 letters on.
Just putting this in here.
Hold on.
So
What did that say?
It's proven.
Saintontas 3 favourite battle cards. Racist. Boo. Get better material. Rat. PDF. I gotta sit down for that. Oh, man.
just putting this in here so when Saintontas sees the title, he doesn't say I'm defaming him and look how I'm attacking him with false claims. Meanwhile, he uses this exact same title on someone else.
Yep. Yep. Hey, looks Fox. Wow. I apologise for that, guys. It's 10-3. I was supposed to be playing the game. I don't know how long we've been watching this video. I do apologise. Because I know there's a lot of people, and rightfully so, in my community, who don't want to watch Saint. And I do apologise. I do. I honestly do apologise because I see it now. I honestly see it now. I do. I have known the dude to be an unsavoury character for quite a while in the things he said about people. But I genuinely get some of the disdain now. You know? I get some of the disdain because he's quite a detestable person. I don't say this stuff often about people, right? I do not hate him, but he's quite detestable. You know, his actions are actually detestable. Like, to walk around saying the things he says about people and then to act the way he's been acting